This is the way that Alabama can make the college football playoff and really host one of those 5 through 8 seeds. I think the percentage chance that Alabama can make the SEC championship game is so small right now. I'll touch on that just a little bit at the end, but here's how Alabama can make it, even if they don't get a shot to make the SEC championship game. Obviously, you need to win out and finish 10-2. So that's against Mercer, and Mercer 9-1. Leading the SoCon.
Let's go Mercer.
Team.
The Bears.
No, not a bad football team. At Oklahoma, and then the Iron Bowl will be at home. All right, so you need to win out, be 10-2. Then, again, this is what you really need if you're just focused on the college football playoff. Go ahead and let Tennessee beat Georgia. Right? Go ahead and pull for Tennessee to beat Georgia. That'll give Georgia a third loss, sort of clear the way, and that will make your loss to Tennessee look less bad. Go ahead and pull for Texas A&M, pull for Texas to beat Texas A&M the last game of the season, assuming that they take care of Arkansas and win out the rest of the way. That gives Texas A&M their third loss after the loss to Notre Dame and South Carolina. Your 10-2 is going to look better than their 9-3, and Texas and Tennessee would then play in the SEC championship game. One has to get the automatic bid anyway, right? Missouri and Ole Miss, you're hoping one of them picks up a third loss just to clear the way. But even if all those teams finish 10-2, Alabama from a brand perspective and a win over Georgia, I think is going to be looking pretty good. So that's for the SEC. Notre Dame, pretty much all of us are going to be talking about, they need Notre Dame to pick up that second loss, right?
Everybody should be rooting for Notre Dame.
Almost every one of the scenarios we're talking about needs that. Alabama's no different. You need Notre Dame to pick up that second loss. In the Big 12, you need BYU to just go ahead and win out and be undefeated, right? The Big 12 is going to get one team in, and it's going to be first 4 bye. Why not let it be a team that's undefeated so that they give every other team or any other possible team that third loss, like Colorado, like Kansas State,
It's the bid stealer situation.
Exactly. Go ahead and pull for BYU to go undefeated. Alabama then in the ACC really needs Miami to beat SMU in the conference championship, so SMU picks up that second loss. With their strength of schedule, that's not looking good. Or for Miami to beat Clemson and give them a third loss, assuming that they were to win out en route to the ACC championship. And then, like you said, in the Big Ten, it's going to be real hard for 4 teams not to get in. I guess you could pull for the Buckeyes to lose to Indiana and lose a rivalry game to Michigan, but I don't see it. I think after that scenario, assuming that Penn State doesn't lose a game on the way out or something crazy doesn't happen, maybe what you could pull for is for the Buckeyes to blow Indiana out, to make the one loss they do look have bad against the best team look really, really bad. Now, that's a scenario if you don't make the SEC championship game. Obviously, for Alabama, let's just say you did lose to Mercer. A 9-1 Mercer team, you lose to Mercer and Vanderbilt in the same year. Alabama could still make the college football playoff. You need to pull for all of the opposite stuff to happen in the SEC, though. Then you need Georgia to beat Tennessee to pick up that second loss. You need Tennessee to go on the road and lose to Vanderbilt. You need Texas A&M to beat Texas, find your way into the SEC championship.
David, I want to ask you, I'm trying to think of the best way to ask this because it's kind of convoluted, so I'm going to think of the simplest way in my brain to ask this. When we're talking about this before the show, I think Alabama is under a fascinating circumstance, and I think you just laid that out beautifully there, is the path to get you to the SEC championship could hinder your ability to get to the college football playoff. Your path to get guaranteed in the college football playoff and not in the SEC championship may be a safer bet in the long run, which is weird because that dichotomy, we've never seen that before. And what you said was exactly right. If you're Alabama, is a burden, you've won a bunch of SEC championships. I know you want to win them. I get it. I understand that. But is a bird in the hand better than one in the bush? Because 10-2 definitely, gets you in the playoff, at least I think, with that win. But getting that secured spot in the playoff with Notre Dame winning, it comes down to Tennessee and Georgia, which you laid out. Would you rather give Georgia that third loss to eliminate them from the college football playoff?
Even though your win over them looks
win over them looks a little worse, but your loss to Tennessee looks better, right? As opposed to Tennessee beating Georgia, now them both having 2 losses, and we get into that 3-headed scenario of, well, Bama beat Georgia, all right? Georgia beat Tennessee, but Tennessee beat Bama. Like it's a fascinating thing to watch play out. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Appreciate all you guys joining. Just overwhelmed by the response, the amount of subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Keep liking and sharing the content so we can keep doing it.